Can we give Kofi Kingston another shot at a heavyweight championship?
Never gonna happen again,
Not
unfortunately.
so
Never.
long as Brock Lesnar's around, man. He
Damn.
does not like seeing black people as champions.
Oh my God. Hello, welcome back, beautiful people of the podcasting universe and world. Three amigos are back. We got Anthony Olan, Christopher Langsdorff, and myself, Frankie Rodriguez. And today we're talking wrestling per usual, but more specifically, we're talking who is gonna win? Who is gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship on this Saturday's Clash of Champions? I almost said Night of Champions. Is it
I
Clash?
think it is Night of Champions.
No, wait. No, it's not. It's Clash of Champions.
No, they're
No, it's
calling it
Night
Night
of
of Champions.
Champions.
Is it not? Oh,
I don't know why, because it's in the afternoon. But is it nighttime in Saudi Arabia?
it is.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Night of Champions. What the fuck?
Well, whatever the Crown Prince wants, man. Just call it whatever he says.
Whatever. These too many pay-per-views. Just kidding. Anyways, point is, we're here to talk about the two challengers fighting, wrestling, competing for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship, which, by the way, Anthony, I don't know if you heard, hold on to your socks. It is going to follow the lineage from the previous Heavyweight Championship, which,
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
yeah, I guess it makes sense, kind of, sort of, but yeah, it's going to follow that lineage. So, technically, and they did point this out, is that Randy was the last one to hold that big gold, big boy gold. So we got AJ v Seth freaking Rollins this Saturday, and we're pretty much just here to discuss who should walk away the new champion. Who would like to go first? Discuss, give their opinion or their fact that the Earth is flat. I mean that AJ should win.
Flat Earth AJ, baby, all the way.
Mr. SmackDown himself.
The house that AJ Styles built. Man, AJ used to run SmackDown. That shit was
how
awesome.
good was that? And he
Bro.
he was the locker room leader,
Bro.
even though he didn't believe that the Earth that the Earth could possibly be flat.
Even though he thinks the Earth is flat. What a fucking moron.
Ooh, Wendy.
He thinks the Earth is flat. As a 45-year-old adult man who thinks the Earth is flat. All right. He's good at wrestling though, so it doesn't really matter.
That's Southern education. Those Southern boys can go, but they don't got that brain.
I don't got that brain down.
Everyone's unsubscribing.
Unsubscribing immediately.
Like, I'm from the South. I find this fancy.
We annoyed all of our racist Southern subscribers.
You guys aren't white. No, we're not.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Hey, what do you think? Who do you think should win? I want to ask you.
What were the options again?
The options is only 1 and 2. So
There's only two guys wrestling.
can you tell that this man knows what's going on
Oh
in the
my
world? Just
God.
kidding. Look, it's AJ versus Seth Rollins.
Oh, definitely Seth Rollins.
You think he's gonna win?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the favorite, I think, for everybody. I think if this was actual, I guess, fighting odds, and you could still bet on this. Follow our link below. That I think the betting lines would be that Seth is gonna win. And I think he is a clear favorite. However, though, that Southern boy is really good at wrestling, and they have faced each other in the Indies. I think they faced each other in the main roster. They had to have faced each other.
WWE,
yeah, they have. Okay, I really can't recall
it was
matches.
a pretty long time ago.
I get it. So there's every likelihood that it can go. I hate to say this, but there's I'm just gonna throw my opinion out there, and then you guys can talk. There's every likelihood. It's not zero, in my opinion, that this just ends in a no contest. Like no one wins, because they'd want to crown the champ here in the U.S. Which I get the Crown Prince gets what he wants. However, this could be a little bit of influence where it's like, hey, you guys, you could build the story here. You tell the Crown Prince, hey, you build the story here, but we finish it back in the States. So. I don't think it's zero that nobody wins, in my opinion.
I'm just gonna point something out real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
Bray Wyatt did win the Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia before.
No, I know. That's
So
I know.
I
I know.
think the
That's
Crown Prince gets what he wants.
No, I know. I get it.
But yeah, I actually thought about that too, that they could do like some sort of double DQ count out bullshit. Because
I
this
mean,
is really a glorified house show.
like
Just
maybe Roman does
awkward.
something, or
Yeah.
Brock can do something. Goldberg comes out. I don't know.
Yokozuna comes back,
Shut up.
wins the
Or
World
what's
Heavyweight
his
Championship.
or what's this guy's name? Fucking why am I blanking on this guy's name? I should know his freaking name.
Would have been good if you could have thought of it though.
Damn,
That'd be
all right.
great.
The internet guy.
Logan
Let's
Paul.
Just wait
Yes,
until
Logan Paul.
Anthony. Oh, there we go. The internet guy. Oh my God, how
it's been
old are you?
it's been a
Jesus
week, man.
Christ,
It's
man.
it's been a week.
So
It's been a week. It's only Tuesday.
Exactly. It's been a week.
So your pick is Seth Rollins. Elaborate.
I would say just based on recent matches, like where he's been going through in terms of like, his opponents that he's been facing and just the charisma that he has. I mean, me going back into wrestling recently, I wasn't really a fan of his, but it kind of pulled my attention, just the way he gets the crowd, involved, and just like the history that he's had as a wrestler, all the stuff that he's accomplished. And I, don't really care too much about AJ Styles. I think that he would be a pretty good champion as well, but I just prefer, or rather my opinion would be that I think Seth has a higher chance of winning, as well as what he can do going forward as champion, what kind of matches he can have going forward, how entertaining those matches can be going forward for me.
Okay. Fair. Here's something I'm gonna throw out at you. There is not rumors, and it's confirmed that he is gonna be in the new Captain America movie. So kind of like Becky, kind of like Roman, current active members of the roster who are kind of dipping their feet or just about there in terms of trying to get into Hollywood. I say there, that would probably be Roman. I'm sure he's on the cusp of doing something bigger than just being in that David Spade movie and being a throwaway in Hobbs and Shaw. Potentially, I could be wrong. Maybe it just doesn't work out. People don't want to deal with another wrestler turned actor. But someone at Marvel said, "Hey, who'd be great? Seth Rollins." So would that deter you from if we're up to you, since we know wrestling is predetermined? What? Would you be okay with someone who's getting interest elsewhere to, give him that champion with the potential of that he may not be around that much? Potential, not confirmed, just potential, because he is drawing interest. Clearly.
So you mean like if Seth wins, but then he doesn't keep it for as long, type of thing, right? Because he's busy, he's gonna be focused on other things. You mean?
He'll be focused on other things, but more so like.
Yeah, like he's champion and he's just not around.
Kind of like what Roman is, because Roman.
Or what Brock Lesnar did, holding the title hostage for.
But unfortunately, Ant was not paying attention at that point, so he wouldn't know how much we suffered through that.
Well, in terms of like Roman, I find Roman very boring, honestly. Sure. And I think Seth is a bit more exciting to watch. So if it comes down to where it's like he's champion, but he's not doing much with it, or he's not seen as much because of other things, it's kind of a waste, especially since they're doing this whole like inaugural new belt thing, So it's like, if you're gonna give it to someone, they should at least, with the history of the belt and what it signifies, what it represents, you should have it on someone who's going to, utilize that status. Right. So if you say to me, it may go to Seth, but then he may not be around as much, then at that point, just give it to AJ, because he might actually be around for, to do more with it, type of thing,
Okay. So, but overall, like, you would be okay with him. Yeah, I get. So then, yeah, you would be okay with him holding on to that belt.
You mean, yeah, like if they give it to AJ, because AJ is actually gonna, do something
Okay.
with it, cool. But if you give it to Seth and then he's like not around that often, and then he may come back for one pay-per-view and then defend it at one pay-per-view and then he's not around as much, then fuck it, give it to AJ. There's no point in giving it to Seth if he's not gonna utilize it.
Okay. All right. So for casual, that I respect that. Like that's actually very level-headed. I feel like, nah, just give it to Seth because he's cooler than AJ. I feel like that would a normal casual would say that. So very well said, Ant-Man. Very well said.
And I will also add, whether it's like next pay-per-view or a few pay-per-views down the line, can we give Kofi Kingston another shot at a heavyweight championship?
Never gonna happen again.
Not so
Never.
long as Brock Lesnar's around, man. He
Damn.
does not like seeing black people as champion.
Oh my God.
Nah, bro.
Kofi
Even
Bennett.
Cody is too. He's too on the spectrum. He's got a black wife. Brock.
He's also Cuban.
I was gonna say, I don't know if how much of this is on purpose right now, but like they've kind of provided a reason to make you doubt both, like, or to make you not really sure who could win, because
Right.
Seth, I can't figure out if it's like a coincidence that those pictures of him on set at Captain America just happened to come out like a week before the title match.
I think someone's trying to snowball him or like sabotage his chances of winning the World Heavyweight Championship.
Or, well, I don't know, like Triple H can sometimes be like very calculated, and like, when he was booking NXT, like we constantly had no idea which way a match was going to go. But then AJ does an interview recently and basically like completely trashes the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Which then had me thinking like, okay. I mean, AJ is a heel. We should point out, like, he is currently playing a heel on TV. So it's not crazy to like think that he was like leaning into that. But based on the interview, it didn't sound like a heel. It sounded like a guy just being real about like Roman has all the titles, so we had to make a third one. Which is not technically true. They brought back a title that already existed. They didn't just invent a new championship.
Which was what Universal title was. They pretty much invented that.
Yeah, but I totally get it, because it's still hard to not look at this as a reaction to the fact that there's a guy who has both titles and he's like never around.
Yeah.
I'm kind of okay with either guy winning it, but I want whoever wins it to be around. So if Seth wants to go, pursue being in more Marvel movies or any movies, really, like, that's fine. Everybody does it, John Cena, The Rock, like Roman's been in stuff.
Batista, The Miz.
Yeah, dude, Batista's probably
Triple
like,
H tried it.
yeah, like Big Show.
That's right, Big Show. Edge was an episode of The Flash.
Edge was in Vikings, wasn't he, for like
a
couple of seasons?
He wasn't Vikings. I don't know how many seasons though. Good
Yeah.
point.
So I understand, and I don't hold it against any of these guys if they want to pursue other stuff. But if that's the case, kind of like what Anthony touched on, put it on AJ. Put it on, I mean, honestly, I think I don't know if I'm really into the two guys they chose to be in the finals. Because they've both already been champion. To me, it would have been kind of cool to get a fresh face champion, or even Bobby Lashley. I almost would have been okay because he's gotten screwed so many times.
Yeah, word.
It just feels like he deserves something. But I do think both these guys deserve it to be in that spot, regardless of my opinions on who else should have been there.
Xavier
But
Woods.
I don't want AJ to win, if I'm being honest.
You want AJ to win?
I loved when AJ was champion on SmackDown, and I think I feel like there were more interesting AJ matches you could do on Raw than Seth Rollins matches, because we've seen Seth versus Cody, which would inevitably happen because there's no other title to fight for unless you win the Rumble, which I guess is what's going to happen. I don't know. But Cody versus AJ, that'd be kind of cool. There's just, there's a little bit more fresh matches you could do with AJ. The only thing that worries me about both of these choices, I think what like kind of has me worried, is that Seth is off, wanting to be in movies, and AJ just came back from an injury that kept him out for like months. Like, he missed WrestleMania.
Right.
So I'm a little surprised that they went with someone not named Finn Balor, who's literally been around for a very long time
He's
now.
too small.
Dude, him and Seth are like the same size.
Finn's like 5'8".
I don't know, CrossFit Jesus.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I would go AJ. If I'm giving a prediction, I would go AJ. Because
Okay.
it
Fair.
does make me nervous if Seth is gonna slowly turn into John Cena, where he's like around less and less, and then just sort of doesn't really retire, but also is just kind of gone for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I,
You know what they should have done was give Dominic a shot because he'll be like the first champion with a record.
dude, that was part of why I wanted Finn to win the title, is because I wanted there to be like some inner turmoil within what are they called? Hell something? Something hell group? Judgment Day.
Judgment
Yeah.
Day.
I haven't watched Raw in a while.
Sounds like you're having a week yourself.
Yeah.
It's
But
only
I don't know.
Tuesday.
I mean, I don't want that group to be broken up, but I think,
Maybe Damian Priest should have won it.
yeah. Well, I was also thinking like it should have been a multi-man match. Like, I don't know why it had to be a one-on-one. Like, why not just make it a fatal four-way? Like, why not put 6 guys in that match? Like, why did it have to be? They had 6 main eventers. They did a whole tournament, like eliminating guys. Like, why did you have to eliminate anyone? Why couldn't you have just put them all in the match?
So because I'm a very, very casual, who was the other 4 that was in it?
Edge.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Edge is
Edge,
I couldn't see
Austin
Edge
Theory,
with it
Bobby
again.
Lashley,
Bobby Lashley.
Cody,
Bobby
and
Splashley.
no, Cody was in one of the matches, but Brock took him out. Damian Priest was in one of the matches. Finn.
Could give it to Bobby.
Yeah,
I think it was I think it wound up being a triple threat, right? That Seth won.
yeah. I was like, yeah, Bobby Theory, and so or it was. I was like Bobby Theory, and then no, it was 2 triple threats on each brand,
Yeah, so it was like I
and
think
then
it
the
was
winners face
Damian.
each other, and then the winners are facing each other.
Damian didn't get pinned though, so he got protected.
No, they're keeping him strong.
What's the point of the Andre the Giant battle royal thing? Because Bobby won that one, so like, does he just get anything
Best not to
for?
talk about it. Best not to talk about it.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything anymore.
Yeah,
I
no
don't
one
know
won
why they
anything.
still do it.
No one won anything from that ever. So it's okay.
It's a shame though, because it should be like you should get something. You should get like some sort of I don't know mid card
Because
US title match.
we had a conversation previously about like what makes a champion, and there was that discussion of like their charisma and how they are with like the crowd and everything. And one of my mindset was like a heavyweight champion should be like a heavyweight dude. So like, yeah, physique wise, Seth may be a bit more physically physique than AJ, but someone like Bobby and Brock, they're like big dudes. And I told Frankie a while back, I'd like to see that match with a one big guy versus another big guy. It's like a kaiju fight thing, whereas Frankie, you like the high flyers and stuff, right? So like, yes, I understand champions could be anyone, a heavyweight could be anyone, but you also picture as a heavyweight champion is a big ass dude like Bobby Splashley.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, we've wanted the Bobby Brock match to happen for real, and they just I don't know. I really don't know what happened there. They kept screwing Bobby over with these like bullshit finishes and then just split them up, put them on different brands. Well, I guess Brock's a free agent, but whatever. He's mostly probably going to be on Raw.
Brand split, lol.
Right. He's like literally not allowed to challenge Roman Reigns according to the rules from a couple months ago. So I don't know why he'd ever go to SmackDown for any reason.
Like I seen Bobby on Instagram crush a watermelon in his arms. Like, come on.
He's fucking I really don't know. Aside from like his promo skills not being that great, I don't know why Bobby Lashley never accomplished more.
Yeah.
Because he does have the look. If you're looking at like freaking heavyweight beefcakes.
What was his service? Was it Marine or was it
Marine?
Marine?
Yeah, I think Marine.
So you could add that to it too, like a Marine who was like a wrestling champion in the Marines and blah blah blah, and there's more to his backstory, I guess, of like he should achieve a lot more than he's achieving,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think what has me more curious about this match is what they do after they pick a winner. And like, where do they go from there? Because Cody and Brock, I guess, are probably going to have a third match at some point because I think this is going to be their second one. Probably going to be a best of 3. I'm assuming they might just do AJ versus Seth again, like for a rematch at what's the next one? Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I think it would be Money in the Bank.
So I think like with Roman, whether or not you find his actual wrestling boring, there has been a storyline reason why he's been champion for so long. And so like if you're introducing a new title now, I'm gonna want like another story. I'm gonna want whoever's challenging next for it to make sense. And Gunther's already Intercontinental Champion, so it can't be him. I guess it could be Cody. I figure he's gonna challenge for that belt eventually. But I don't really see, I'm sure they have a long-term plan, but I don't really see who's next up. Finn Balor? I guess you could do Seth again. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where they go if either of these guys win.
I
But
don't
I
know.
guess it's easier having a heel champion. AJ's got the Bullet Club with him. But then you can't face Finn.
What the hell happened? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this would happen, but is Big E still out or is he back in? I know he had that injury.
He's out still,
Still
but
out.
he said he might come back.
Man,
And we know
I'd
it
be
won't be
so
Randy.
scared.
Randy ain't gonna come back for that.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come back. I said that a long time ago. I said I don't think Randy's coming back at all.
His
Ever.
days are done. Yeah.
It's too risky, man. When you have a family, like, what do you have left to prove? You know, also, it's not crazy to think that he'll be back in 5 years. Like, Edge retired and came back like 8 years later. Like,
Yeah.
Randy's still young enough to come back for one more match in 10 years if he wanted to, if they said it was okay.
I don't know, man. He'd be 50. He's 40 now.
That 50 in wrestling years is like 25, man. That's nothing.
Yes.
But I don't know. I
It's
get
gonna be
so
that
nervous
one
anytime
guy.
it's like
It's gonna be that the Olympic winner that they keep trying to push.
Cable Stevenson.
Yeah.
Trying to push, man.
Oh my God.
That dude's push died him as soon as he signed on the dotted line.
He wasn't even drafted. They literally didn't mention him at all.
It's like, hey guys, remember me? Yeah, now I'm gonna get my title shot.
Hey guys, I'm Cable Stevenson.
Cable Stevenson.
Remember me? Vince McMahon. We don't talk about Vince.
Oh, you know what I could see actually?
Vince McMahon winning the championship.
I just got it.
Uh-oh.
I just got it. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's gonna be the match.
That's
gonna be the match.
That's gonna be that's definitely gonna be a match for sure.
Didn't think of it. I just thought of it now. As much as I'd love to see AJ win, I think Seth versus Logan, SummerSlam. I think that's the match.
If Logan Paul wins championship, I might quit YouTube.
I don't think you can. I don't think he can win that title. I think if he wins, it has to be like a mid card. Because the whole point of that championship is to be on TV every week, and Logan's not on TV. Yeah. But I could see him. I mean, I think that's probably a big money match. Him and Seth.
Even if they do like, somewhere down the line, he wins it, and then right after he wins, the Money in the Bank winner will come and cash in and beat him for that. Even if that happens, I'm just like, nope, I'm done with YouTube because he won heavyweight, and that's bullshit because I don't really like the guy, and I have other reasons, but that's neither here or there.
Honestly, that would be kind of funny though if he did win it and then immediately lost it like 10 seconds later.
Because that has happened before though, right?
Yeah, that happened to Jeff Hardy, man, when he beat Edge, I think, and then CM Punk came out and beat him for the title
too. Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, Daniel Bryanson. Yeah,
Daniel Bryanson.
Yeah, it's probably Seth is probably gonna win, but I think Raw could use AJ, and if he wins, then he goes to Raw.
What's happening with the 2 women belts?
What about it?
I don't know, man. Bianca's
aren't there
defending.
matches to be determined, or they finally got their opponents for that?
Like
Now
it's
they
just Oscar.
yeah, Bianca, Asuka, and Natalia versus Rhea Ripley, baby.
Oh my God, Rhea's gonna destroy Natalia.
Hopefully.
Natalia should be inducted into the Hall of Fame now. Like
Yeah,
that woman, whenever they need her, she is there.
Yeah.
Doesn't get injured, just willing to be squashed in a title match every single time.
she's gonna destroy her.
Yeah, that's gonna be quick. That's
So
gonna
you
be a
hope.
good match.
She's going to Yugi use Exodia on Kaiba, destroy her. Okay.
Yeah, full obliteration, Shadow
Yeah.
Realm.
I
Yeah.
used to like Natalia back in the day, but yeah, it's all about that mommy.
It's all about that mommy.
It's
Mommy
super
for the
weird
win.
that the women are defending their titles on the opposite shows, seemingly forever. Little strange. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
guess that's it, right?
Those are our predictions. Everybody go to bed. Go sleep.
Go to bed. That's it. That's it.
Go to sleep. Go to
We're
sleep. Go
going
to sleep.
to
Go to sleep.
That's it.
We're going to bed. Okay, cool. All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Go to bed and we'll catch you in the next one. Right,
Go to
Ant?
bed. Bye.
Later.
Later.